Okay, sounds like we have yes. So we've got yes now. We can hear you. Okay, I don't know what happened between last week and this week when I didn't touch any controls, but apparently I fucked it up. So go on, please. So what I was going to ask you is, did you get to the BX this weekend?
No, I went to the
was
food court
absolutely
Friday.
frigging crazy.
I don't
If you
doubt
went
it.
on Saturday, we went Saturday afternoonish, so it had to be 1 o'clock ish or whatever it was, and there was a lot. The line on the north side of the store, which is where all the candy and the auto parts are and stuff. It went all the way
Right.
back, and then it usually ends at like souvenirs, or it might back up to like where the cards are. Well, it wrapped
Yeah.
from cards, past the stationery, past the dog food, all the way back to the barbecues. That's how long the line was.
Holy
The great news
shit.
it moved quickly, and it was no big deal. But oh my god, it was the longest line I've ever seen. And I think it's on the heels of, as you know, the potential super lockdown that's going to happen
Yeah.
like real soon, right?
Allegedly. Yes.
Allegedly, right? Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Germany has extended the current lockdown to the end of the month.
Right,
If it
but-
goes past that, from what I understand, the rumors are if they do that, they'll shut everything completely down.
Right.
But except for essential services, which is basically where we are now. But restaurants can be open as long as they're takeout. There's a couple other things that can be open. But so if they shut it down, the big thing about the next stage, if there is a next stage, is curfew.
Right. Yeah, no, it's so we know that there's also another super lockdown coming either on the I saw it as the 25th, but I think they might have moved it up to the 18th. Do you recall that?
I do not.
Okay, so maybe I
do not. I know that
George would know. George, didn't they switch the date of the super lockdown session from the 25th to the 18th? He'll know. He runs he runs a KMC one of the KMC sites that we like, so he'll let us know. But anyway, that's when we're suspecting the super lockdown is going to come. But it still, I don't think, will be a dispatch into what's it called?
HPCon Charlie.
Right. So that's the key.
Yeah, and that's something nobody wants to go back to Charlie because that means everything closes, all services, all that kind of thing.
Right.
And that's George says not sure, so we're all kind of in limbo on that. So that's the tough part. But I know that they are talking about a curfew if it goes past January 31st.
Right.
So that's the next step.
Right.
So it's tough. It's tough. In the meantime, we get to enjoy the snow. That's what we were talking about when you couldn't hear me.
Right.
There's ruts on the roads, ruts in my driveway because I'm not required to shovel my own driveway. I don't have a sidewalk in front of my house. So there's just ruts created by my
keep talking. Yeah.
ruts in my driveway, and then ruts created by I have a big 2.5 car driveway that I live on a dead end street, so all the delivery vehicles like to back into my driveway to turn around.
Right.
So the snow covered that overnight. So I wanted to get out and take a nice walk, take some pictures, but I've been having, as you know, having some issues with my knee, and as opposed to money, my knee, and so I didn't want to get out there and stumble over something and hurt my knee even more. Since I've been sitting on my ass all weekend, my knee's great. So we'll see what happens. Maybe, that's just age.
Yeah, your knee has been acting up the past week or so. That's been
it has
a point of inflection.
You could say there's been a point. My
Have you
knee
been resting
has
it like
been
I
a pain in
advised
my
you to?
ass.
Are you resting it like I
I
advised you?
have.
All right.
I have been sitting in my recliner. Been
Yeah,
sitting
where
in,
the video's
on my
frozen.
couch.
We're not sure what the hell's going on, folks. Sorry. We're working on it. It's just a night. There's no dropped frames, fortunately, but the video's frozen, so that's weird.
Maybe it's the snow.
It might be something. I don't know. So, yeah, your knee is tweaked and all sorts of weird things. So,
Have no idea why.
okay, so George
I
sent
stood
the
up from
link
my
here. Let's
recliner.
take a look. Let's see. Germany extends coronavirus lockdown until the 31st, but I know they were supposed to meet on the 25th. Oh, my God, this is the largest headline ever.
Well, that was the one they actually met on this past Wednesday instead of waiting to extend it to the end of the month.
Okay. But I thought I guess I'm just thinking. I don't know where I'm thinking about losing frames majorly. Yeah, I wish I could fix it. There's nothing I can do right now. I thought they were talking about extending it way out past, like, really just coming in with the draconian stuff. Let me try something here. La la la.
Not that I'm aware of yet.
That's strange.
Matt says get the Voltaren from the
Voltaren.
Apotheca. I don't know what
that's
that
that
is.
medicine they keep advertising on
he's setting
YouTube
me
for
up
me
for something.
too, Matt. That's funny.
How do you say it?
Voltaren, I think. Every time I go to watch a YouTube
Voltaren.
video,
What does that
there's
do?
an advertisement for it. So, all right, I'm not
Is that
sure.
like a dick
Maybe if I
pill?
shut off my
What is that?
Facebook feed, it'll improve the bit rate. Let's see. Probably not. Yeah, it's weird. The bit rate dropped like 2K. So anyway, we're sorry, folks. We're frozen. We hope you're listening. Hopefully, this thing will free itself up here in a minute, and we'll continue on. So, what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about. Hang on a second. I'm thinking about. I got to turn. A little hot on the mic here. There we go. Trying to figure out how all my sound shit got messed up. That's the first thing. But I'm also trying to figure out why we're getting such a why our video's frozen. That's really weird. That's weird. So what have you been doing this weekend? I mean, have you just been sitting around like I have, or what?
Excuse me. Yeah, I've been sitting around trying to rest my knee, watching different things. Today I always forget one of my favorite movies, which is The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie with Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson.
It's a good flick, yeah.
So, I love it. It's fun. I like most things Ryan Reynolds is in. I have a huge man crush on Ryan Reynolds.
We folks, just for those of you who are on, we do know that the video's frozen. We apologize for that. We hope you'll stick around. We are going to do the bracket, and we got a lot to talk about. One of the interesting things this weekend that was kind of fun to watch was somebody brought up and said
Nice,
Master and Commander is not a very good movie. And Russell Crowe piped on was
I
like,
saw that.
it's a brilliant film. Uh-oh. What just happened? That was weird.
I heard you.
Wow, a lot of weird things happening on my end. Anyway, he comes on and basically just says Peter Weir is a brilliant director and all this other stuff. And I couldn't agree with him more. If you've never seen Master and Commander at the end of the end of the world or something like that, it's one of the best films done in the last 20 years. It's just fun. The drama's there. The scale is there. The ship battles, the whole thing. It is brilliant. It is really good. So I'd suggest checking it out.
Matt does not agree.
Matt does not agree. Why don't you agree,
uh,
Matt? I don't have the comments up anymore. Let me see if I get the comments back.
Oh, I've seen it once, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was brilliant, wonderfully made. It looks great. It's a great story. Matt, I want to see your comment on why you don't like the movie. It's not my cup of tea, if you will, but I enjoyed the movie, and I enjoyed for lack of a better term, the spectacle of the movie. I thought it was a very good, well done.
I agree, Matt.
It's
you
great
are high,
cinema.
Matt. That we vehemently disagree on this. Master Commander is so well done, and it's like the comment I said today. We get 47 Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and we only get one of this. That's what's sort of wrong with cinema these days. But anyway, let's see here. But anyway, that was an interesting kind of Twitter fight that was going on between some people who don't. Found it was not engaging, beautiful but hollow. I love naval films. It was like Twister. I don't think it was hollow at all. I thought it was very good. It had pathos. It had drama. It had humor. There was some great callback and legacy stuff. Anyway, we agree to disagree on that, which is totally, totally fine. I'm good with disagreeing. What are you looking at?
I'm going back to a comment that I'll bring up later from PJ. Reference my background. Yeah, I liked it. I did like it, and I got my DVD copy or my Blu-ray copy to complete my ensemble of the Star Wars movies now. So I have all those on DVD or Blu-ray.
Right.
I got the Rise of Skywalker. Nice.
Skywalker?
It's about eyes. Skywalker. It's about eyes that are screwed up. Yes. Skywalker. And so anyway. No, Hitman's Bodyguard. I laughed. It's funny. I love Ryan Reynolds, and I just found out through a little research. Wonder if there's going to ever be a second one. There was a second one, The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, which in the original movie was played by Selma Hayek, who is reprising the role, was supposed to come out this past August, but did not because of COVID, is slated to come out August of this year. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
All right.
So I'm already looking forward to that.
So somehow we've lost our Skype video. That's really weird, too. I didn't do anything to Skype. Wow, this is just a night of 1,000 issues. This is fun. Let me try something here. Shit, where did you go? Now I've lost you. Wow.
Yeah, you did something and I lost your video. I can see.
I just lost it. I got the video back now. All right, we keep talking about. Yeah, I didn't see the Hitman's Bodyguard. I really wanted to, but I did not see it. So.
Hey, Connie.
I did not see it.
No, I enjoyed it between Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds, and let's face it, as much as I love Ryan Reynolds,
he's really good.
He's, but you throw Samuel L. Jackson in there with his MFers all over, basically they were being themselves in a non-cop buddy movie. Right. It's a great flick, and one of the funniest scenes. It's making me laugh just thinking about it. Is there's not a lot of dialogue in it. It's Ryan Reynolds goes crashing through the windshield while Samuel L. Jackson is driving, and Samuel L. Jackson comes from the driver's side and just kind of does this with his big eyeballs, and Ryan Reynolds, he lands standing up after he goes through the windshield, just kind of does this, and the line that comes after that is hilarious. So anyway. So that wasn't even one of the things I was going to talk about today.
I'm startled by how much stuff I'm actually watching and rewatching and stuff like that now with so much time on my hands. It's really like scary almost how it's like I've just I'm like, all right, I guess I'll watch that. Like I said, tonight we watched a video on or a special on. I watched it. She watched something else before this, but a video on Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. And I already knew a little bit about him. Like, he had a 167 IQ. He went to Harvard. But I guess what I was watching for is when he kind of went off the rails. And it turns out he's a lot like, when Bobby Fischer sort of went off the rails as a chess player. Brilliant, super smart. And just one day decided, you know what, the world is cuckoo and I'm not. And that's that. So he decided to start putting pipe bombs in the mail and all that other stuff. And, it just... he started doing crazy shit. So that was kind of sad to see, but it was really informative in the sense that, again, we're sorry about the audio only, folks. We're glad you're here listening. I'm trying to restore the video as I'm talking to Keith, which is why my conversation's all over the place. But it was really interesting just to kind of see how he sort of snapped at Harvard. And then when he went to UC Berkeley to teach school, he was basically, using that money to save up and move to Montana to go be nobody, and he thought he was going to live like a peaceful life there or whatever. And then there was a sawmill nearby, so he tried to destroy that. And then, but this is while he was still doing pipe bombs and whatever. It was just, it was really weird. I mean, it was quite startling. So, it was.
I think there are. I just lost the video. No, I think there are a lot of us a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot of us, I don't want to put us in that kind of thing, but we're 2 or 3 steps from being the next Ted Kaczynski or something like that because of the way things are today. And that was a nice segue, by the way. Did you see that there are a number of the insurgents, terrorists, call them, that stormed the Capitol 2 weeks ago that are now hoping that Trump is going to pardon them? I want to do this.
I'm going to do this,
but I don't want to No. My thought is them saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to storm the Capitol, which I know is wrong. I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong to climb the walls. I know it's wrong to do this. I know it's wrong to throw a fire extinguisher and kill a cop.
Right.
I know it's wrong, but I want the president to pardon me. I don't want the repercussions of my actions.
Right.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Usually I would say,
it's awful to see that, right? Because they just thought they were going to roll in and clean up, and everybody was behind them. and they're finding out that, oops, this is actually a federal crime, although a lot of what's happening is misdemeanors, I guess, in a lot of ways.
Right.
That bugs me a little bit. But in any case, oh, this is a crime? Oh, I had no idea that I couldn't go in and carry zip ties with me and attempt to kidnap politicians and leaders of the country and the vice president and kill him and all that.
Break windows and all that shit. Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
okay.
It's just crazy, you know? And now it's like, oh, yeah, no, this is all going to be fine. And it's not fine. It's, I don't know. It's just.
Well, you go back, and this has been all over Facebook and Twitter and blah, blah, blah. So I'm just regurgitating. But, you and I know enough about the law to say, hey, somebody died. Right. Somebody was murdered in this thing. A police officer was murdered. So does everybody who can be identified?
No shit, murdered.
Yes. If for those that could be identified, can they be charged as an accessory to murder, which is a felony?
Right.
And a couple of things I saw on social media, so take it for what it's worth, I'm just throwing it out there, is these are a lot of these people were people who won't, I'm not going to give up my guns, I'm not going to give up my freedoms. If you are convicted of a felony, you will give up your guns and you will give up some of your freedoms.
Hey, speaking of felonies and Dad, there he is. Hi, Dad. That was a joke. That was a joke. These are jokes. We have a lot of those. Okay, I cannot get the video working, so this was going to be a friggin' Roosevelt fireside chat. It's something to do with
that's all right.
Skype has just died between the broadcaster. I wish I didn't have to produce the shows. I wish I could just come on and be a personality like you. But unfortunately, I both produce and are a personality, so this is a pain in the ass. So you got about 5 more minutes. By the way, this show is a JK with your pals Jason and Keith. Sorry that we're doing all audio, but here's what I'll do. I'll extend the comments down so everybody can read those as we go along. We're sorry about that. Not sure what happened. We had an audio problem. I thought I'd fix it, and then the video went away. So it's, as usual with the show, it's a night of 1,000 technical issues. You can get your bracket in for another 5 minutes, and I'm going to close it off. We'll get to the bracket at about 8:40. We've talked a little bit about, same shit, different day. No kidding, Matt. Working on it, but actually the internet's not bad. It's the internet's not bad. It's just something technical happened between Skype and the encoder. So, yep, same shit, different day. Again, wish I had a producer. This wouldn't happen. In any case, 8:40 we'll do the bracket and do that. What did you think of the football games so far?
I watched them both. I did not live. I watched most of the first game last night, and then Green Bay got ahead, so I went to bed. I thought that was an interesting game. I thought the Bills tried hard. I don't know what the hell just happened there. You put a big heart on the screen.
I did. I don't know why, because I was just trying to get it off my screen. There we go.
Okay. I thought the Bills did admirably, but Aaron Rodgers, as much as I love to watch him play, I just hate him. I hate Aaron Rodgers, but I love to watch him play.
Yeah.
I hate him because he beats the Cowboys so often, and this year everybody beat the Cowboys. But anyway, so Green Bay looks tough. I watched the second game, which was the Bills and the Ravens, and I dislike the Ravens vehemently. Okay. So I was happy to see the Bills win. And, I'm a sucker for the underdog. Hey, you haven't, like I was last year, you haven't won a championship in 50 years. Okay, you're my kind of team. I like that. Yeah. I would love to see a Bills-Chiefs matchup. I don't think well, I guess that could happen. Tonight we have the Browns and the Browns and the Chiefs. That's a tough game for me. I want the Chiefs. I love the Chiefs right now. They're like my second or third favorite team behind the Cowboys.
Right.
But the Browns, they are the underdogs, so I like them. Plus Baker Mayfield as their quarterback. So I'm kind of cheering for them. And then you have the Bucs and the Saints. The Saints are my number 2 team in the NFL. And as much as, again, I like to watch him play because he's so technically proficient, is Tom Brady. I just can't stand the guy. I'm hoping the Saints beat the Buccaneers for the 3rd straight time this year.
So the Packers game was really interesting to me simply because I really thought the Rams were gonna bust out there and do something right at the end, but then they just got. I thought they had too many injuries, but especially with Aaron Donald going out, I really do think, like many do, that he's the best defensive player in the game. But
Yes.
again, he was out. Hey, there's me. Oh, and there I go. So there's definitely something wrong with the video. So it just keeps coming on and freezing. So that's kind of a drag. I don't know what that is. And then, so it was interesting to watch them win. So that means I don't have a horse in the race anymore because I kind of tied my wagon to the Rams.
Right.
And that's that. I watched the Bills Ravens game today, though I did fall asleep in the middle of it. Woke back up and caught the end. I thought the Bills played really well. I thought the Ravens did not play well at all. Then when Lamar Jackson went out with his concussion or whatever, I thought, well, that's the end of that. You lose your starting quarterback, and that's that. But the next guy came in and actually played pretty well. I mean, he was one overthrown pass away from keeping the game close and kind of swinging the momentum. So I thought that was interesting. I'm more of a fan of tonight's games, I think, actually. I'm looking forward to the Browns-Chiefs game just to see if the Browns really do have any resolve. I think it would be fun to see them win, and I hate the fucking Chiefs because I'm a Raiders fan, so I'm all for that. The late game, I don't know if I'll stay up for that or not. It's on late, but I have a feeling it's definitely Drew Brees' last hurrah. I have a feeling it's definitely Tom Brady's not last hurrah. So, it'll just be a matter of, that's almost like, okay, it's those two guys again, right? It's Brady and Brees again, which is fine, but it feels like this is their last sort of dance at doing this, and we're not going to see much more than that. So, anyway, I think all the games are interesting. Let me go up here and shut off the bracket.
These are two guys that that hold all the records, most of the records right now in the NFL as far as passing and quarterbacking and all that.
Right.
It's going to be tough for anybody to touch Brady's records of playoff wins and playoff touchdowns and that kind of thing. But I've never been a big Brady fan other than just as a guy who loves to play football or did love to play and wish I still could play football. Just watching him play, just watching his technical proficiency. Drew Brees is amazing because he's like 5'9", 5'10", and yet he has the most passing yards in the NFL. So, good for him.
Yeah.
I like these games tonight better. I hope the Browns don't shit the bed, pun intended.
Right.
And but the Chiefs are the Chiefs. So, it's going to be a tough game. I hope they're two good games. I'm going to record the second game, watch it tomorrow.
The Chiefs.
And the Chiefs are the Chiefs.
So I didn't realize they brought this up in one of the pre-shows that apparently Mayfield and Mahomes met OU versus Texas Tech, and they ran up like 1,700 yards in offense, and it was like a college basketball game score, like 66-59. I'd forgotten about that.
I just watched that. I didn't watch the whole game. I watched all the scoring plays on Friday. We'll call it the evening because I should have been watching it where I was.
Right.
I just watched that. It was a video on Facebook, and it showed every touchdown from that game, and it was amazing. Joe Mixon, who is now with the Bengals, scored 5 touchdowns for OU.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield. It was incredible. And if either team had a defense, it wouldn't have been like that.
Yeah.
But that's when OU had a horrible defense, and Texas Tech has never had a good defense.
Right.
So but this game tonight, here in just about a half hour,
29 minutes. Yeah.
Both teams have decent defenses. So it's whoever makes the most mistakes, as it usually is. But whoever makes the most mistakes will win this. And I think the Chiefs are the better team all around.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's an easy one. Who do you got for Saints Buccaneers again?
I'm hoping for and going with the Saints.
All right, I'm going to put a little effort into the Saints as well. I'll get behind that just because I mean, it's not that I like or dislike Tom Brady. I'll appreciate Tom Brady much like I appreciate Joe Montana now. Like, I'd buy a Joe Montana jersey. I think it's pretty amazing. But I'm kind of a Drew Brees fan just because I've always liked underdog teams, right? I've always been into underdog Saints, Browns, Tampa Bay when they were awful. Those kinds of underdog teams.
When they're the creamsicle?
I'd love to see, it would not bother me a bit if we had like a Browns Saints Super Bowl. It'd get no ratings,
right?
But it would be fun to have like a Browns Saints Super Bowl. So that'd be fun. What else you got going on? I mean, let's see. You had.
You came back to the office.
I did. I'm done. That job is finished for the 4 months of development that I had. So I'm now back in the office and worried about both of you now. Well, all four of you. I'm hoping Byrne will come back to work this week.
Yes. He's been on Facebook, so I'm hoping he feels better. Just to let everybody know, and I'm going to brag on you a little bit, and I know you hate it, but when we say that Jason has been in a different job, and we've been alluding to that, and we've kind of mentioned it a little bit. He has been the deputy garrison manager. Now, what that means is I have to go back and say a garrison in the Army, for you Air Force folks, a garrison is like your wing, the infrastructure, or your You own the fire department, the police department. You own the buildings. You own the public works part of it. So Jason was like the interim mayor of the military installations in Baltimore. I do that a lot. In Baumholder, and he did it very, very well. He was a great personality. I think he went a long way in showing that the deputy garrison manager is a real person who's concerned. Certainly different than the person who came before, and I hope he laid some groundwork for the person who is now there in the permanent position. So, and I can speak from coming from the public affairs world that Jason is coming back to, that as the DGM, the deputy garrison manager, he did a great job in furthering what's the word I'm looking for, Jason? Cohesiveness, because Baumholder is not an easy place to live for the military people and the spouses and the families, because it is out in the middle of nowhere. They don't call it the Rock for no reason. It used to be its own garrison. Now it's part of the overall United States Army garrison Rhineland Falls, with 31 different sites over 3 countries, and there's still some old heads there at Baumholder that still think they should be their own garrison. So you've done a great job. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
For bridging that gap, for keeping it moving, and furthering things along, and making things just a little bit easier.
Hey, it is, this show is a JK with your pals Jason and Keith. Thank you very much. I'm very humbled that you would say that. Don't forget, we have iTunes podcasts. I am actually way behind on getting those online, but we'll have those up probably by tomorrow. On iTunes, on Spotify, on everywhere else. The videos are located here on Facebook. We're still contemplating a move to another platform, but we like having you all along, and then we know this is convenient for you, so that makes a lot of sense. So we'll have the bracket in about 5 minutes. I think the thing I learned mostly about Baumholder was that, and this is, I think some people get it and some people don't, but it is its own place, right? And you can call U.S. Army Garrison Rhineland Pfalz a garrison, and it is, but when you have garrisons in locations that are so disparate from where the headquarters is, it's like saying the Pentagon includes not only the Pentagon, but all of the military bases in the United States. Right. Well, Edwards Air Force Base is part of the Pentagon. Okay, but it's in California, 3,000 miles away. Well, it's still part of the Pentagon. It's like, well, no, it's not. I mean, it's a wholly different ecosystem. The people there that are assigned there, work, play, and live in a different environment than those who live down in the KMC. So you have to honor that. You have to respect that people have their own sort of habits and things that they do, and you have to honor those and be aware that you have to be able to contribute to that as well. And I'm someone who drove 60 miles every day coming from the KMC. And about a weekend, I said, okay, I get it. I got it. I got bomb holder. And you have to help people who, sort of want to tread in another direction, be like, well, they're still part of the garrison. Yeah, but they're this part of the garrison. If you don't treat them accordingly, then you're going to run into some challenges, even if you tell them what to do or what not to do. So either you can sort of say, yep, the bomb holder is like this and this and this, or you can say, you know what, let's bomb holder is an each. Right, in the same way that maybe Bulgaria is in each, or maybe Romania is in each. I think you have to honor that. If you don't honor that, then you as a leader, it's very difficult to kind of make waves. So that's all I'll say on that. I told you about the podcast; those are on iTunes. I told you a little bit about iTunes, Spotify, and all of that. So that's about it. So that said, let's go ahead and get to the bracket then, shall we? Let me see if I got I got the right desktop. Good. Now you can't see this, but if you go to your live feed, you'll be able to see it eventually. It's just the usual bracket. Tonight's bracket is coolest things to do in the snow. All right?
All right.
Are you there?
I'm going to have to write these down because I can't see the bracket, and I have not looked at the bracket.
All right, well, I'll just read them to you, and then we'll go over each two. You don't got to write anything down. So kudos to the four of you who entered a bracket. I'm guessing at least two of you have won T-shirts, but if one of you hasn't, then we'll get you a T-shirt because tonight is a T-shirt bracket. And I think we're only going to do the T-shirt brackets once a month. So anyway, save me some money. All right. In the first round is making snow angels and ice fishing. The second round is building a snowman and writing your name in the snow with your, you know what?
PP.
Yeah. Yeah.
Urine.
Third round is staying inside and watching television versus playing hockey. And then the fourth round is snowball fight versus shoveling out the driveway. So that's where we're at with this, all right?
Okay.
All right.
All right, well, we're starting.
All right. So hang on one second here. I think I started the bracket. I just want to make sure I started the bracket. Let's see. So can I do it this way? Oh, okay, so I got to score it. Okay, that's fair. I thought. All right, so let's get started. First round, making snow angels versus ice fishing. What you got?
I got to go with snow angel. Anybody can make a snow angel, and that from no matter how young you are to how old you are, everybody likes to make a snow angel. Yeah. We see football players winning the Super Bowl in the confetti making snow angels.
Right.
I thought about making a snow angel out there today, but it was cold. So I didn't. I'm going with snow angel.
All right, you're going with snow angel. So I've never been ice
fishing
in my life.
Is cold.
I've never been ice fishing in my life, and I lived in one of the coldest areas in the United States, in Plattsburgh, New York, and there were ample opportunities to go ice fishing. I did not do that. So the point being is I have never ice fished, and frankly, I've never seen the appeal. I see these guys who are out in these little huts on the middle of a lake that is frozen over that could fall in at any time. They've cut a hole in the ice with like a chainsaw or an
auger. Yeah.
An awl, I think that is the proper word. And they have not, it always felt unsafe. Whereas a snow angel is basically fall down, wave your arms and legs, all is good. So I'm going to pick making snow angels there along with you. So that's an easy one. But now the internet is giving us problems because I'm trying to report the scores and it won't let me. So this is a fantastic fucking night for this kind of thing. Awesome. Let me just make sure. Yeah, okay. Is my VPN on or something? I don't think so. No, it's not on.
Matt Davis said he thinks ice fishing is an excuse to get away and drink.
There we go. Okay, so making snow angels 1, ice fishing 0. Okay, that's better. All right. Building a snowman versus writing your name in the snow with your, you know what? What do you got?
Oh, holy shit. What just happened there? Okay. My light went off. Wow. Okay. I am going with writing your name in the snow with your urine.
That's such a guy thing.
I know it totally is,
yeah.
But what I said with the last one was anybody can do it. This time I'm going with yes, but if you're a woman who will write her name in the snow,
Yeah.
God bless you. I want to watch, because I did a little back in college. I did like a 30-second comedy routine on that, where I imitated a woman trying to write her name in the snow, jumping around like a frog.
Right.
And it got huge laughs. But no, writing your name in the snow has got to be more fun and more satisfying than building a snowman. Do you want to build a snowman?
I'm trying to think, because you're right on the satisfying scale. You're on screen now, by the way. I am not. I managed to do a makeshift, so we have some video there, and we do have some video there. So congratulations.
Is your camera? I can see you.
Yeah, you can see me, but they can't see me. So building a snowman is kind of labor intensive. You've got to sort of wander around to build up your snowball, and then you got to do another one. Then you got to do another one, and then if you don't have like coal and carrots and a hat, you're kind of fucked. You're just making a 3-tiered circular pyramid, as it were. So I'm kind of agreeing with you that it's a heck of a lot more fun to write your name in the snow with urine than it is. So I'm going to go with that being a winner.
Okay. So we're two for two. By the way, do you have a coin?
I do. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. They won't be able to see me flip it, but you're just going to have to trust me. All right. Staying inside and watching television versus playing hockey.
TV or hockey?
I mean, this to me is like a no-brainer, but go ahead.
I see the shirt you're wearing. I played several years of gym hockey that's when I first met JB, if you know who I'm talking about.
Of course.
At Scott Air Force Base when I was in 6th and 7th grade. Right. One of the sports they offered through the youth center was gym hockey.
Right.
I was the first year I played just normal hockey. Second year I was a goalie. And I love hockey. I tried watching it. Did you say play or watch hockey?
I have playing hockey as the number 10.
Playing hockey or watching TV. I'm just going to say this. I would rather watch TV. No, and don't get me wrong. I loved playing it when I did. Today, if I tried to get out on the ice, I've tried ice skating twice.
Yeah.
And neither one turned out well. Obviously, like anything, with more practice comes more skill. But, I'm going with TV.
All right. So you
just gave me a thought.
I think playing hockey, like in the winter, just for fun, is a very regional kind of thing. I think it's very much. I've actually got my video up now. It's kind of weird, but we're sort of making this work now. So I think it's a very regional thing. Like my friend Josh, he will get out there and play hockey. I saw NPR reporter Tom Bowman, who I'm friends with. He did a memory from a few years ago. He just put on some skates, got a stick, went out and play hockey. I think you have to grow up with it. I think you have to sort of be in a hockey area, Boston, Detroit, Montreal, whatever. And you got to sort of embody that. So I think the majority of people are going to go with staying inside and watching TV as well. I kind of agree with that. And the only other time I've really tried to play hockey, I really wanted to, was in lodges. I tried to play roller hockey, and I almost lost the thumb on my left hand because of an injury. So,
wow.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna go with watching TV because that just makes more sense for me. So let me mark that one. Staying inside.
The other
TV.
thing is, if you are sitting on your couch or your recliner watching TV,
right.
chances are, unless you're doing something really stupid, you won't lose a tooth. So
chances, yeah. There's a lot of things that could go wrong on hockey. Like, again, if you pick the wrong lake to skate on, your ass is going to fall through. And then even being in a hockey arena to play hockey is cold, because I've sat through many hockey games just to watch them, and it's cold. All right, last of the first rounders, snowball fight versus shoveling out the driveway. I think I put that one in just as a joke.
Oh, fucking hell. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
I lived in Nebraska twice.
Have you
And
really?
Nebraska gets a lot of snow. I graduated high school from there when obviously my dad was there. We were stationed there. And then the first assignment of my ex-wife when she joined the Air Force was right back to Offutt 10 years later. So
Matt
I've
said
shoveled.
TV is warm. I love that.
Right.
Pretty.
Uh,
He said pretty much every
back in the
Canadian
old
would vote
days,
for hockey. Well, no shit. Just like I said, it's a regional thing. So.
yeah. Yeah. So I'm going with a snowball fight.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things I saw today
Yeah.
was my next door neighbors have it started off as a puppy, and you can see my hands. I don't know if we still have video.
No, you're
See
good.
my
We can see
hands.
your
Started
hands.
off as a puppy. And now it's a large puppy,
Right.
German dark German Shepherd with just a brown underbelly coat, beautiful female German Shepherd dog. She was out this morning. They tied her to the lamppost while they played with her, and they were throwing snowballs up in the air to her. She was catching the snowballs with her mouth. It was so cute. It was so awesome. It made me want a pet so bad until I came back in and realized, you know what? I don't have to clean up anything in my house with a pet. So anyway, so I think snowball fight is the way to go with this.
Part of the reason I grew up despising cold weather as much as I did and despising like doing things in the snow is because it's cold. But then the other part of it is there's a lot of labor to living in the snow, specifically shoveling out driveways. When I lived in New York, I couldn't even shovel out my driveway because it was a gravel driveway. So I was given a snowblower by my landlord. He left it there. But in order to do that, you had to make the snowblower hover just above the gravel and then hope to get the snow out. But then even that was worthless because when you got to the end of my driveway, that's where it was on a bend. So when you got to the end of a driveway, the snow plows would pile all the snow at the end of your driveway. So you're at the end of 3 feet of snow at the end of your driveway, sometimes 4 feet, that I had to sit there and shovel out. And because it was piled on and packed on, it was kind of ice. So I literally almost had to chip away at it.
Yeah.
So I had to get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock every morning to go to my job in New York
Yeah.
just to get out of my driveway and be out of the driveway by, say, 6:30 or whatever. Either way, it's a lot of labor. No one likes shoveling out the driveway. This was a red herring question.
Nobody.
So let me. So we're going to go snowball fight, obviously. All right, that's round one. We hope your predictions are going well. Let's take a look here. This challenge website has introduced some kind of new security feature, and it's making the ease of viewing it very difficult. Okay, predictions so far. Here we are. Matt Davis is in the lead. He's got 3 of 11. His score potential is still 27. The old geezer's got a score potential of 27. He's right behind him. Whizzing away is number 3. So everything's basically the same. So we got basically a 4-way tie going into the bracket. Okay. Let's get back at it. So we'll go from the bottom this time. So now we're into the primal rounds that'll make everything happen. So your first round, Keith, is drinking glue wine versus snowball fight. Now, you haven't really had the experience of drinking glue wine. Maybe a little in 2019, right?
Yeah, Strasbourg last year I guess now a little over a year ago, Christmas time 2019, I went to. So what is glue wine versus what?
Snowball fight.
I'm still going to go with the snowball fight.
All right, yeah, I am too. I'm not really a fan of drinking glue wine. In fact, I think I've pretty much put drinking alcohol for the most part in my past, except for special occasions. So I'm going to go with snowball fight as well. Let's see if I can make it happen here. Man, this is. Man, if only we had a podcast studio with producers in it. Okay, snowball fight moves on. Built snow fort tunnel versus staying inside watching TV. Ooh. What do you got? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm thinking.
Okay, they say the sound is back, so.
Okay. That's not our fault then.
All right, so we've moved on.
In and out.
Snowball fight over drinking glue wine. If you're a glue wine fan, sorry, that's just not the way it goes. We're on to building snow fort tunnel and staying inside and watching television.
Man, now, when I was a kid, it would have been a tunnel. Now that I'm 50, I'm going with TV.
You're going with TV. Yeah, you know what? I'm old too. Somebody's gonna not agree with that, but staying inside and watching TV is, so that's an interesting point. The getting old comment. You know what? Dee Dee and I have started doing at night now, pretty on the regular now.
I don't
Drinking
want to
coffee.
hear that.
Drinking coffee.
Oh, that. Okay.
Making coffee and drinking it. That is like grandfather habits right there. That is right up there. All right, so
I can't coffee.
we're on to skiing and writing your name in the snow with your hoo-hoo.
Damn. Wait, did that win? Yes, it did. Okay. I know you were right. I know. Skiing. I've only skied one weekend in my life.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It was a girlfriend I had at the time who PJ and Ray
It's
know.
always a girlfriend you have at the time.
That put me
You
me
like coffee
through hell,
too, Dad.
but now we're friends. That was a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I enjoyed the hell out. In fact, I may still have a small scar on my forehead because as I was I never skied before, haven't skied since.
Right.
Of course, I bailed, and one of the times I bailed going down the hill, I ended up turning all the way around, so I was facing uphill, and I looked up just in time to get hit in the head with my own ski. So I had two marks, the width of a ski on my forehead.
Nice.
So that was a great weekend. I've always wanted to do it again. And here I am in Germany, and we can't. I'm still going to say, though, writing your name in the snow,
All
there's
right.
just something satisfactory about that. There's something satisfying about that.
Such a guy thing. All right, so let me. This is a great opportunity to tell
It doesn't
my
have to be a guy thing.
skiing story. So I've been skiing one time. It was at Lake Placid, New York, and I went with my friends Tracy and Bo. And I had never skied before in my life. So they said, you gotta, go take it. They just basically gave me the basics. And, I'm pretty adept at most anything athletic.
Shovel. Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I got it. So I did it. I figured out the basics: pizza, French fries, trying to ski down a hill. And then I thought, okay, I'll just hit the basic runs and then work up from there and, have a good day just being on the basics. But they were going to go on the middle one and then the black diamond runs. I can never remember the name of the middle runs. But then they were going to hit the black diamonds. We were going to make a day of it. So I felt like I had the starter kit installed. I was good to go because I had surfed too, so I knew a little bit about keeping my balance and shit like that. So got on the lift with them. We get up to the lift, and the only runs that are open are the medium ones and the black diamond runs. So they're like, well, it's not that much of a difference. And
Red.
I'm like,
I
you're
think they're
friggin'
red,
high.
right?
But anyway,
Green, red, black, I think.
Yeah, whatever. So I said, well, I guess I'll try a middle one, right? And this was like literally going from Bunny Hill pizza French fries to medium, not even beginner, medium slope. And one thing I did not know how to do was slow down. So I figured you had to sort of do these S's going down the hills, but I had no fucking idea how to basically sort of stop yourself, right? So start, go down, fall. Start, go down, fall. Start, go down. Actually start to get the hang of it, but then it gets really steep. And I'm like, oh shit. And straighten up, and at some point, the tip of my ski caught something. I flipped. My ski went straight into the air like a javelin and came down and missed me by about 8 inches. I mean, it almost missed my head and neck by about 8 inches hitting me. And then it fell. So I had to get up, put that ski on, and then I managed to get the ski back on, get up on my feet, and start skiing. And when I started skiing, I just said, I'm not going to do the S stuff anymore because I kept falling down. So I just started going straight, and I figured I could just French fry at the bottom. Well, you cannot French fry when you're going 40 miles an hour, it turns out. So I started to French fry, and as I did, obviously the forces and the inertia and everything, I just rolled basically. And I rolled almost literally right into the bar, the cabin that was there. I must have stopped maybe a foot that was there. Everybody's looking at me. They're like, what are you doing here? Why are you on this run? And I'm just like, but oddly enough, I went and ended up doing one more run, but that was it. So I think we ended up leaving like 6 hours later. To be fair, I have never felt more like exercise than I did when I was skiing, because it's definitely a full body exercise, right? All your muscles are kind of tensing like swimming or whatever. But that said, for the challenge, I've never skied again. I've never had a desire to ski again. I tried snowboarding once. I loved it. But if you take a snowboarding lesson, 90% of your time you're going to be sitting on your ass with a snowboard attached to your feet. So I guess I was just getting older. I didn't have the patience for it. And I just discovered, all right, it looks great on TV, but it's not great for me. So in any case, peeing in the snow wins again, for just to shorten that up. And now you've got my ski story. We're about 2 minutes away, folks. I'm aware of the playoff games. We're going to get through these last couple of rounds pretty quickly, so don't sweat that. All right. So skiing loses. Skiing loses.
Story
by the way, Annabelle loves skiing. Annabelle loves skiing, so.
I was feeling cocky towards the end of the first day, and there was a little bump, if you will, on the bunny slope, and the girlfriend and I got separated. She was on the ski lift going over, and I thought, I'll go over this. I'll take this little jump. Right? 2-foot little berm hill kind of thing, mound. So when I met up with her at the bottom of the hill, of course, she came down behind me. I said, "Did you see me?" She said, "Yeah, that looked like the Challenger disaster, because you hit the ground. There was this big puff of snow. Your skis came off going, opposite directions, and you just kind of went through the middle of the so yeah, that was interesting. I enjoyed the shit out of it. Could I do it today? I'd be too worried about being too sore. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I just wouldn't do it. Now that I have an artificial D, it's not even a consideration. Okay, last one in this round: sledding versus making snow angels.
Ooh.
I don't think this one's that
I'm
hard.
going to change it up and go with sledding.
Yeah,
sledding to me, there's a little bit more excitement there.
Yep. We'll abbreviate that one. I'm a big sledding fan, too. I enjoy making snow angels, but that was a good first-round victory. Okay, so we're into the Final Four. Let's check our predictions here. As we hit 9 o'clock on the Europe time, we realize we're running into your football time. We will be as quick as possible. Your leader is the old geezer. Picks 5 of 10. He's got a score potential of 23. Whizzing away is 19. Boys will be boys is 19. Unfortunately, Matt Davis has plummeted with a score potential of only 5. But remember, the scores get bigger as the rounds go on, so it's still anybody's game. All right, let's finish this thing up. Let's see here. We don't want that. We want that, and then we want to. Okay. Your Final Four: sledding versus writing your name in the store with urine, and staying inside and watching TV versus snowball fight. Let's take staying inside, TV versus snowball fight. Which one you got?
Oh, I'm going with snowball fight.
All right. Yeah, I could do snowball fight. Humans are prone to violence.
Nothing beats a good snowball.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. We'll go with snowball fight.
As long as somebody doesn't pack a rock in a snowball.
Oh, I know. Or it's not an ice ball. Those are the worst. Okay.
Right.
This is a tough one. Sledding versus writing your name in snow. What do you got? I think it's a tough one. I like sledding. In fact, I really enjoy sledding. One of the things you can do in Garmisch is they will open up the ski resort hills, some of the ski hills, for sledding on certain nights of the week. So you're sledding down actual ski slopes. It is fast and awesome, and it's at night. And when you get in each third of the way, they have these huttas where you can get beer. It's awesome. So I'm a big sledding fan.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Fun. That sounds like fun. Yeah. I'll go with sledding. Sledding, anything that has speed to it, I'm okay.
All right, I'm going with sledding too.
Besides that, if you go too much cold, you get shrinkage. So.
Oh, we need to get Keith a girlfriend. Okay. Your final match: sledding versus snowball fight. Who you got?
Snowball fight.
Sledding. Let's flip a coin.
Oh!
We're flipping, folks. Actually, here it is. All right.
You got a coin.
All right. Let me see if I can put. All right. So, okay. Now you can see me on camera. This side is Sean Connery with his saying, "Your best. Losers whine about their best. Winners go home and you know what? The prom queen." And then the other
Sean
side is
King's in
Velcro,
here,
okay?
back.
I get the Sean Connery side. Ready?
Damn it.
1, 2, 3.
I just watched Red October last weekend.
What did you pick?
You said you get the Sean Connery
No,
side.
which one did you pick? Snowball fight or sledding? I forgot.
Snowball fight.
Snowball fight is the winner. And Snowball Flight is your winner of this bracket. Congratulations to the old geezer. I'm guessing that's Dad, who wins with five of 10. Not everybody did so well. I think we had everybody stumped. Matt had skiing. Everyone else had pissing in the snow. So that was. I think that's where everybody lost a lot of points.
Are you able to see the comments?
Not yet. Oh, yeah, rather hang
Apparently
outside. Yeah, damn it, Keith. Keith, you disappoint.
Yeah.
And actually, to be fair, it's a three-way tie at the top. So we're going to defer on the T-shirt to next week. Sorry, because I'm not giving away 3 of them. So come back next week when Keith has his bracket, and we'll do that as a T-shirt bracket instead. So a three-way tie between Geezer, Whizzing Away, and Boys Will Be Boys. So, all right, that's it for the bracket. Any final words, Keith, before we both go off and watch football?
Explaining the background, I watched a Ken Burns documentary, or part of an episode of Ken Burns documentary on country music.
Right.
Tonight, the one I watched was on outlaw music and the way it shifted from Hank Williams to like Hank Williams Jr., Waylon Willie, that kind of thing.
Right.
This was one of the first 2 albums, along with Saturday Night Fever, that I owned in my life. It was bought for me on Christmas 1977.
Wow.
So that's the only reason it's my background. So, yeah. So
and mine is a background because we were talking about, he asked me the first album I ever owned. It was actually a tie, so I had to pick one of the 2. But the tie was between Three Lock Box by Sammy Hagar, which, God, I love that. I love that cassette. And Upstairs at Eric by Yaz. So, all right, folks, that is going to do it for this technically hampered podcast. Don't forget, you can pick up the whole thing on audio. You can hear my skiing story again, which is a lot of fun. On iTunes, Spotify, and elsewhere. We'll edit up this show. We'll edit up the last 3 shows. We'll get those last 2 shows, rather. Get those posted, and we will be back soon. So thanks for hanging in with us. We're going to work out the technical problems after we hang up with you folks. Again, thanks again, and maybe that's your podcast for next week, or your bracket next week rather, is some sort of what are the best albums of all time, or something like that. But what do we have coming up next week? Are there any events coming up? We'll have to figure that out. Anyway, thanks everybody for hanging loose. We will talk to you all next week. Bye-bye.